we are going to dive into the most important part of the week, which is always the indie of the week. And this week, it's
a mystery.
Yedharo. That may or may not be how it's pronounced.
Gesundheit?
Because it is Spanish, I believe.
Okay.
But they do have an extensive range of things in the world of STLs. We all know how much I love the ones and zeros. So I'm specifically looking at their website, which contains physical models. And by Christ, they have some amazing stuff. Instead, we'll stick with Christ and we'll get right into their models. Because they have in here some biblical models. Lucifer, David, and Goliath. And I will say these are done for 30 mil and are absolutely gorgeous. Lucifer particularly is really nice. Now, these are all listed as injected plastic from a silicon mold, which says one thing to me. It says CO cast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that probably
So they do
sense.
STLs and then they must make regular molds and then CO cast them up. There's the big, trying to remember, Philistine. That's Goliath.
Yes,
memory
he was
serves.
a Philistine, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yes.
That is a much more ripped David than I ever saw in any of the illustrations when I was a child.
That's because you've not been reading the right books.
That's true.
I like the idea of him being this absolute monster. He's properly ogre-sized compared to
built like half Thor Bjornsson.
Compared to little David there. Although David does look like classical Italian Renaissance art.
He does.
You know,
yes.
He has all the abs. The nice thing about this is they do show the actual printed versions.
Oh.
And they do this for all of the miniatures. These ones may have actually been resin. I'm not entirely certain, but you can certainly see with some of the fantasy stuff we'll take a look at in a little while that it's noticeably that grey CO casty look. So it gives you a good idea. Although I have found these on the likes of the Etsy's and stuff like that, where people are obviously selling 3D prints from the STLs. So at least you know the quality is there, and it's been produced by many people. Lots of people have been using the prints and like to fill their boots. So there's a wee Lloyd shot of what rippling Goliath's back would look like, and a bunch of heads. So well done him. Yeah. Well done that man. So yes, David and Goliath, nice. I don't know how much use you're going to get out of David, but Goliath obviously is nailed on for anything that you want to use a Greek fantasy feel for.
Of gods and mortals, perhaps?
That type of thing. Good. If you're looking to insert some sort of giant into your gaming, you can obviously do that. Ooh. And if you do that horrible ones and zeros thing, you could go and get the STL and actually print them at a much greater size and actually go full giant in
make him gigantic,
hoplite style armor.
A Goliath of Goliath scale.
Yes. However,
what you did there.
Lucifer. Sweet, sweet baby Satan.
Our Lord and Master.
Flavor.
There are some amazing. Obviously, a lot of this is aimed at artists and painters, collectors, as much as actual gamers. Yeah, but I have to say, the Lucifer model is just a thing of absolute gorgeousness. I particularly like the double wings, which I'm fairly certain I've seen in artwork somewhere.
But it kind of goes back to that, the sort of multiple eyeballs.
Yes, angels with multiple, you can tell what they are, whether they're seraphim or cherubim or seats or powers of principalities based on the amount of wings and eyes.
Plays really nicely into that kind of story of the fall kind of thing. So you've got his angelic wings, but then his demonic wings are ascendant. So you've got that kind of storytelling element to it as well, which is very nice.
But the fact that the actual person part of it itself is just so classically handsome is really interesting.
Yeah, I like that.
He's a pretty boy. Yeah. As we learned from Viggo Mortensen. I was the first angel, beloved, before all others, a perfect love. But like all true love, one day it withered on the vine.
And so begins the musical episode of The Weekender. Every show has one. So
that is true, like Buffy. So yes, there are little painter collector pieces. There's several busts of Lucifer as well, which are really nice. But we're not here for that. We're here for the wargaming bits, aren't we, really? And
yeah, boy.
And if I was to click on here and then just go, what one would you like to see first there, Ben?
Dwarfs. Thank you. Yes, please.
Really? Dwarves, you say?
I thought you were going to pick Emma.
We're all very surprised that you would go dwarves. So let's have a look at the Zodiac War. So it's not based like I thought on the Zodiac Killer from Dirty Harry. In fact, what it's based on is the Zodiac. There are forces, and each force is themed to one of the Zodiac sort of animals. So you've got Cancer, you've got Leo the Lion, you've got Pisces, you've got Sagittarius, which means you can put together these whole armies of distinctly themed
that is such a
Zodiacs.
cool idea.
Mm-hmm. So if we just we'll throw up Taurus there, because he's a bit big. We'll have Leo going alongside.
I was going to say we could all pick our
own
Zodiac sign, but I'm not sure
unfortunately Dinosaur's not there. Which, I mean, it's as real as any of the other Zodiacs.
You just imagine Jerry, on a clear night, laying in the hayfield, drawing his dinosaur constellation.
Yeah,
the night sky.
Absolutely love the look of Tauros as well.
Yeah,
he's a brutal thing, and the wind seems to be coming behind him.
Minotaur boys.
They are terrific sculpts, I have to say that.
Mm-hmm.
He's so nice.
Beautiful looking fellow. And then the big cat, Leo.
Yes.
Are there specific ones you want me to look for, by the way, while I'm in here?
Aries, please.
Aries. He has a certain style. There's a chunkiness to the arms, which you'll see in the orcs as well, which has a very Warcraft feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like big,
I was going to say, especially with the big bulky weapons as well, is definitely up there.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. And the big flowing power ballad hair.
So what am I looking for? Aries. Where does Aries live in here? There we go. There's the ram.
Mm-hmm.
And the Capricorn
Libra
as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both goatee-like things.
Oh, very nice.
That is cool. I love the idea of doing something Mythic Battles styly with this. Mm-hmm. So you have these being your leaders, and then you have a selection of thematic troops in 28 mil, so slightly smaller than these.
What was that amazing film? The one that won all the Oscars with Jared Butler?
Oh.
Where they were Egyptian gods. Was it just called Gods of Egypt?
Gods of Egypt, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's more or less what was happening there.
Yeah. Was it Gods of Egypt, or was it another one? There was two basic came out at the same time, didn't they?
And they were both awesome. They were both utterly spectacular.
Wrath of the Titans was the other, was it?
Oh, Wrath of the Titans is the older one with Sam something or other in it. Yeah.
Goats.
Oh, so good.
They are really nice. But I'll bow to public opinion and show you some dwarves, I suppose.
Can we just quickly look at Libra, because that's my
oh man, we can.
Also, because normally Libra is the most boring one. It's the scales of justice. Yeah. But
I'll just grab it in here then. Since you asked so nicely. Don't worry, it's in the background. So dwarves. They are an eclectic mix of stuff.
It seems to be of multiple lineages.
Has a touch of the Tamarkan, the last book that GW did with the Chaos Dwarves, had a lot of bull centaurs and stuff in it that this sort of has a feel about.
I'm liking her.
There's your scales of justice.
A very interesting weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, just think of a pull on with two chain sickles.
Very nice.
On the end.
Love it. Very cool. Doing Libra justice.
Anyway. Ben, why?
I'm back, baby.
Absolutely.
That is very nice, though. Proper full-on bull centaurs to use in your games.
Yeah.
Very nice. Especially with the rumors that Chaos Dwarves are going to be coming back to Age of Sigmar very, very soon. So you've got some nice options here that'll be probably cheaper. So, yeah.
So we
that
have
would be
a
interesting.
tactical assault centaur.
Tactical about that. You'll just have all of yous.
My tactic is I run you over.
Yes, the tactic is forward.
Throw up some
these are really nice.
Some lovely bits there.
That's your sort of
get a big bundle of them.
Full collection, if you will, that you can probably get from the likes of My Mini Factory. But look at that for Dwarf Mountain Goat. Has a similar style to Blue Giant.
Yes. Yeah, very true.
Which is nice. Where they're not just a pair of feet stuck straight onto somebody's backside. There are limbs in between, which is always good to see, I feel.
These dwarves have knees.
These dwarves have knees, and these slayers have
mightiness.
Attitude. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Slayers with attitude.
The horns behind the back is very Warcrafty as well.
Yeah.
Very horde.
Rock.
There's a nice dynamism to them.
There is, yeah. And even if you've got the ones that are standing stock still, because of the movement of the hair and cloaks and stuff, that really feeds into it, which is good.
Although this one in particular, when one axe is not enough.
It's in case you miss with the first blade, there's two more that you'll probably carry through with.
First blade to open the armor, and then the second blade to go through the under armor, and then the third blade gets your skin.
You call it the can opener?
The can opener, yes.
It's
the Tama can opener.
Hey!
Armored dwarves. Big ram face shields. Very cool.
Yes, the massive Scutum looking thing as well. I mean, they are full on. You're not getting past us. We'll absolutely leather you.
Yeah. Those would make fantastic Kings of War armies.
Oh, yeah. Abyssal dwarf options. Yeah. Or
oh, no, I do them as straight up dwarves.
You just do them as
nothing abyssal about these, mate.
Well, depends how you paint them, I guess. Give them red skin. Demonic, baby.
Nice set of berserkers.
Yeah.
Could be troll slayers, could be berserkers. It's up to you.
That fellow on the one side pointing up at his quarry. I like that.
Boy, I'll have you.
I assume he's pointing to the position on that massive Goliath giant that your opponent's fielding. About where he's like
so he's calling his shot.
Leather. Yep.
Yeah.
He's going to Babe Ruth his tackle straight into next week. So yes, dwarves.
Lovely.
Some
very
really nice heroes in there as well. But we'll probably have to have a look at some of the dwarves' opponents, shall we say?
Of course.
Look at him though.
Glorious.
He is. Bit on the bigger side, so probably better for some sort of skirmish games if you're going to be picking up these as physicals. Although I reckon I could still get him with the 20mm base, just with his cloak hanging off the edge.
Probably, yeah.
Although you imagine him just rocking into a tavern screaming, "I am here to drink all your ale."
That shows, I mean, you can see the component pieces, so legs and then upper torso and arm seem to be the sort of the split points on it.
Yeah. There's some insane tiny details on this as well, like the scroll work on the cloak.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Gorgeous.
To be fascinating to see how they pan out when they're all done and dusted. I will go to the orcs. These are truly Warcraft-like.
Get some green skins in there. Yeah. Ooh.
Yes. Oh, indeed.
I immediately saw a dragon. So
it's a hell of a dragon, and very reminiscent of Rackham's style of dragon head as well, with the big horn at the end of the snout.
Yeah.
But look, a dragon fit for a multi or mass battle game where you can put it onto a base and you can rank it up against its target, because it's not 15 feet deep and with wings overhanging. There's a lot to be said for compact dragons' bodies. I don't think they get enough credit.
Gameable pieces when it comes to monsters is very handy. So
I really like the look of him as well on his back.
Interesting armor design on the orc.
Yes, we'll see more of that on some of the others.
Thankfully, Lloyd's not here because he still hits the plinths.
Yeah, that is literally a plinth, though. Let me just kill some of these for my own personal amusement so I can see where I'm going. So, let's bring up some of the units then. We'll have those. We'll have the big cats. We'll have the savage orc on massive thing. The savage orcs on massive things are cool. So this is the female warband. As I said, very strong Warcraft vibes.
Yes, very much so.
Won't be the only time I say that in this episode. I'm telling you that now for nothing. But they have a really nice savage tribal feel to them. Makes you wonder why nobody has ever tried a Warcraft tabletop game without doing those terrible WizKids pre-paints.
I mean, didn't Fantasy Flight have like a big box game?
They had a board game.
Yeah, like years and years and years ago.
That's such a distinctive IP that so many people like. It's already nailed on. All the work's done.
You know, maybe Blizzard thinks wargamers are smelly. Doesn't want to work with us.
Most of them are wargamers.
This is fair.
Those are really nice sets. I like the designs of those as well. Really cool big cats. Nice poses.
Yeah.
Very noble looking as well, which is good.
And then the ramshackle armor sort of cobbled together.
That's how orcs should look. Don't care what anyone else says. It should be scrap armor on an orc.
They've hammered together themselves in the back of a tent somewhere.
Yeah.
Light cav mounted on hyenas.
I love the one on the left. Looks like she's just ready to bounce off into the middle of some poor, unfortunate, unsuspecting unit. Heavy, chunky.
These are just screaming Kings of War army to me constantly.
Aren't they though?
Yeah. Especially as I think you could probably get away with doing them as just regular orcs. Then what was the other one?
Rift Forged.
Was it like the Rift Forged as well? Yeah, I think you could get away with doing that too. Because you've got quite a few interesting mounted troops and sort of heavily armored fellows in that side of things, haven't you? So
with them being so big, certainly from what I'm looking at here, sort of hand-wise, he's a warlord of some description, blah, blah, blah. But I'm looking at that going, well, that's an ogre warlord on chariot, because he will fill a 50 by 100 mil base. And if you think how big those orcs are, and you've got small groups of 5-6 models, you only need 6 for a horde. You have a really individualized looking ogre army.
That would be a really good choice as well.
That, and I know you're not a fan of the ones and zeros, Jerry, but if you are 3D printing them, you can upscale, downscale a little bit to make them work just right, and then pump out as many as you want for your army.
That's true.
You would be the worst person in the world though if you did
it. Here is the ultimate cheesy ogre list. I 3D printed it myself.
It's not the fact it would be cheesy; it's the fact it would be 3D printed. But look at those.
Lovely.
I mean, they do look like they're sitting on probably 40 mils there. So,
yeah, they are hefty.
As far as a big stocky unit of things coming at you goes,
yeah,
they're definitely a way of it. Leaving the Norks
really nice
side,
to them.
Have a quick look at some demons, because demons are always fun, and we've already seen one of them. Everybody's favorite.
Buku Banana Pants crazy as he went with this.
Banana Pants Crazy Queen. I don't know what Banana Pants Crazy is. Again,
oh man, I always love swords or blades that have screaming faces in them. It is so inherently chaos. It's great.
It also has a very Warcraft feel still, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bit
With the
Lilith
touch-
as well from
with the touch
Diablo.
of the Rackham. Yeah.
So, yeah.
You can see they're not afraid to go a bit off-piste when it comes to stylings.
Mm-hmm.
Kill that. Show me the female
Lesser
demons.
demons.
Oh, very far away.
Yikes.
If only we could see you up close. Let's make that happen. I would like to see the female demon up close, please. Champion, yes.
And those are the famous last words of Jerry.
I would like to book a face-to-face with the lesser demons, please.
Eyeless.
Super cool.
Creepy. Big bucketload of sticks.
Mm-hmm. I'm also really getting the vibe from these that you could do kind of that mix, that blend of sci-fantasy stuff. So have like the whole Doomslayer vibe, Doom guy vibe, and have them coming up against him or something. I think that'd be kind of cool. Doing something a little bit different with them. I think it'd be quite nice. But yeah, very cool. Oh, that's a good sword.
It's bizarre, baffling. The shield is almost as brutal as the sword is.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a take on Valkyria almost from the old Chaos. Well, I think she still exists in regular Warhammer as well.
I dimly remember her being absolute filth and everybody fielding her in the tournament lists at one stage. I do remember that, but not much beyond it. Say goodbye to those. We'll have a quick look at the goblins.
Yeah, I wanted to see the little snotlings.
I do love a good goblin.
Snotlings.
Let me see that shaman.
So these are very
It's nice that they
Pathfindery.
Yeah. It's nice that they do like a good mix of both male and female minis as well. So you can have a very nice varied warband.
Mm-hmm.
I also think these would actually probably fit quite nicely with some of the epic encounters stuff.
Yes.
And they're around that kind of scale, like 30-32. So
they are chunkier.
Work quite nicely. Yeah.
They look absolutely vicious.
Yes. They will take your kneecaps off and enjoy doing it.
Scratch your eyes out.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
love that.
I somehow quite like the vibe that he doesn't realize that he's summoned that manifestation. And he's always a moment from death.
Yeah. Yes, I will summon my gigantic demon beastie to eat oops.
Yes.
He's coming for you, Barbara.
Either that or he actually floats around in that, and that's kind of like his days almost, that he sort of hovers around in this like swirling vortex of strange doom. Yeah.
Or it's
pretty reasonably priced
demon that's manifesting, thinking it's getting the world's strongest host, and it's just like, wait, crap, I didn't order a goblin.
What bargain have I made? No.
Yeah, as far as pricing goes for physical, it's not bad at all.
Yeah,
they have very extended. The extended jaws remind me of the Shield Wolf orcs.
Yes,
as well.
Reminds me of the old Gremlins movie. Just in the face with the big flappy ears.
Yeah.
So,
I know what you mean about the Shield Wolf stuff, though, actually. Like, that vibe is very in keeping with their plastic kits, where you can still get your hands on. So,
yeah. Oh, yes, very much so. So, humans. I've seen some interesting humans on their doohickey, so maybe they'll come along at some point. Because you've only really got a couple.
It's just the
basic
start of their plastic stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Seercasty. But
the basic troop is still quite tasty nonetheless. Because they have a really nice fantasy look, and most of them are wearing Sally helms, and I'm an absolute slut for Sally helms. It's just how I go.
They are some of the coolest helms. I will agree. So gorgeous, lovely stuff. Rank up very nicely as well.
Yep.
Oh, I like the kind of
Paladin
eyeless helm as well.
It's almost a little bit Dark Soulsy.
It is.
He's got vision slits in it.
Has he got little slits? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he does.
Yeah, he can see. You can fill those in if you wanted.
I would. I think
patty on your thumb and just scrape it across. Bush. Either way. And then the female paladin as well.
Great stuff.
Again, touch of the rackham about that outfit as well.
There is. Yeah.
Which, the
form
I have absolutely no problem with at all. There is only dwarves in their fantasy football. I know you're gutted, Ben. Absolutely gutted. Try and hold it in, mate. But these are really nice. And I'm absolutely positive I will find a use for this fantasy football big roller in
like the classic death roller. Yeah.
In any other game. I will find a use for that. Because that's just
kids.
That's a big chunker.
It is. Would fit quite nicely with the Titanforge range.
Yeah.
They're sort of iron dwarves as well. Quite good fit. If you potentially have some of those sitting around. So, very good.
You two can get your hands on some drunk dwarves, which are
a
rarity, I'm told.
They're so regularly sober.
Have I been misinformed about the drunk dwarves and their rarity?
It's like the whole thing with Vikings. Everyone thinks there's, raiders and pillagers. Actually, just very good traders.
The fire at that monastery was just happenstance. They just happened to be there.
Yeah, that book fell in the fire.
Shocking, absolutely shocking.
And then the monk fell on the fire. I mean,
the monks were coming on vacation. The Vikings were really nice to give them a lift.
Yes, yeah.
Desperate, absolutely desperate. Didn't look at Emma. We'll very quickly look at Emma. Just because it's a really nice figure to paint. The
Ooh la la.
Yeah, it's just a nice 1970s lady sitting on a Vespa.
A little bit of kind of femme fatale vibe, potentially, maybe. Very cool. Yeah. Lady in the red dress.
Could be. Don't look at her. Because then an agent will shoot you in the face.
An agent will pop up behind you,
100%. So yeah, very interesting range of stuff. So we might look at them at some point for the ones and zeros. I'll let somebody else examine that because the range they have in there is extensive and
so there is
larger than what's here, including things like Zodiac is a much expansive range in there.
Oh, nice.
So interesting, but for people like myself who just want to get their hands on actual physical prints, Yedharo is probably the way to go.
Really good.
Good shout.
Thank you. I do my best. Shall we take a look at some news?